Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay. So we start with frustration together. Omo namo menzo shiri, namo su shiri, namo dhamma shiri so. Omo namo menzo shiri, namo su shiri, namo dhamma shiri so. Omo namo menzo shiri, namo su shiri, namo dhamma shiri so.
We'll do some prayers.
Sure. You are the boss.
And then, so has everyone got the text? Yeah.
Rob, you can light up.
Sure.
Okay. Test.
Yeah.
One. Yep. So is it clear? Audio clear enough for the Zoom members? Thumbs up if you can hear. If you can hear, yeah? Oh, okay, great. So we we will start on the preliminary prayers, which is the bold of the page is the preliminary prayer. So if you open up your prayer book or the PDF document, it begins with taking refuge in the gurus. So it's quite a lengthy book practice. We will be taking portions of it, not the whole thing. And there's a portion, a part within the puja where we can make offerings of kattas to His Holiness's throne. So anyway, it's quite clear in the practice. Okay. So taking refuge in the gurus. O Lama Sangye Lama Chede Lama Gendunde Kongye Jebo Lama Yen Lama Namla Yazuji Lama Sangye Lama Chene Jin Lama Yendunde With the thought desiring to liberate transmigratory beings, I always take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion and loving kindness in front of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of full enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate transmigratory beings, I always take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion and loving kindness in front of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of full enlightenment. With the thought desiring to liberate transmigratory beings, I always take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha until the heart of enlightenment is achieved. With perseverance, acting with wisdom, compassion and loving kindness in front of the Buddhas for the benefit of sentient beings, I generate the thought of full enlightenment. Everywhere may the ground be pure, free of pebbles and so forth, as level as the palm of the hand, in the nature of blue beryl and soft. O Malu Zemchen Gungi Gungi Chi Dunde Bonje Mize Jonze Ha Ona Malu Yandan Gengyo Be Jomden Jofe Nedi Jesus. May divine and human offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, become clouds of finest Samantabhadra offerings filling the entire realm of space. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadanindadagataya Arade Zamyazam Buddhaya Dayada Om Vajra Mahavajra Mahadeja Vajra Mahavidya Vajra Mahabodhijita Mahabodhimandam Basam Gramana Vajra Zavagama Avarana Vishuddhana Vajra Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadanindadagataya Arade Samyasam Buddhaya Ayada Om Vajra Vajra Mahavajra Mahadeja Vajra Mahavidya Vajra Mahabodhijita Vajra Mahabodhimandam Basam Gramana Vajra Zavagama Avarana Vishuddhana Vajra Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Brahmadanindadagataya Arahate Samyasam Buddhaya Ayada Om Vajra Vajra Mahavajra Mahadeja Vajra Mahavidya Vajra Mahabodhijita Vajra Mahabodhimandam Vajra Zavagama Avarana Vishuddhana Vajra Soha. By the power of the truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two types of merits, and the pure and inconceivable sphere of phenomena, may these piles of clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas Arya Samantabhadra, Manjushri and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise, and the presence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions be received. So the 7-limb prayer, we're on page 9. I prostrate reverently with my body, speech and mind. I present clouds of every type of offering, both actually arranged and mentally emanated. I confess all my negative actions and downfalls collected from beginnerless time. I rejoice in the virtues of ordinary beings and Aryas. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for transmigratory beings. I dedicate my own and others' virtues to great enlightenment. Offering the mandala. O duson jogyu yewe damche chidu dube ngowo daja drowa yongi gabne jibu zamne je de bun jembo yonzo dembe ngada yetsun jambe ngawan loza yeji denzing yatso zizong wang yu zuba mebe debe zabo guze shabe zide badu dembe jidu jigambu waju om ze mi a ho wan ze ze zi sha ji om ze re ki a ho ji ja ri kyo yu gi ko we u su re ya bo ri ra sha lu ba ho lo zang bu de no ba lan zhe ja zha mi nian lu dan na ya zhe yu dan dam lam chou zhu zha mi nian dan zha mi nian gi da rinpo zhe ri wo ba sam gi xin du zhu yung ba ma mo ba ye lo do go lo rinpo zhe no bo rinpoche, zomo rinpoche, lombo rinpoche, lambo rinpoche, dajo rinpoche, amabo rinpoche, dejen boya bumba gema, rewama luma garma, medoma dupama, nazema dijema, Nima dawa rinpoche du jolana pagyewe gesen Usula dami beljong bunzum soba masa wame ba zaji yidu andi da jijin zawa dangyu ba ba chepela nama dampa nam Epa du yang gong sa shi li mi nan zhe gyo gyao ye wei wong pa dam zhe gen chi si pa chen po chen chen gao wan lo san ye shi den jing ya so si zong yong gyu sui pa me wei de bel zang go chu da cha ten pa dan zhuo wei gong du da bei si da bei Agi wo du je zhu wei dun du je su so je ne da so zhu wa ma gyu nam ge da da nam be zem jen dam je la zhou den du wa gyu ma lu se su so sa ji bu gi zhu ji me Ram ri ra li ji ni de gen pa di san ge jin du mi de u wa ye La zo de zo do je lun ju zhu. In the sky before me, on a lion throne, lotus and moon, my perfect guru, pure guru, smiles with delight. Supreme field of merit for my mind of faith. Please abide for 100 eons to spread the teachings. noble-minded one, primordial Buddha, Vajradhara, all-pervading one. By manifesting outer, inner, and secret bodies, consider transmigratory beings with love as long as the sky endures, and turn the wheels of the outer, inner, and secret Dharma. Oidam Guru Ratna Mandala Kanniryadaya Me. So this is the part in the puja before we do the long life prayer, the longer long life prayer for His Holiness, that we can make a kata to His Holiness's throne. So perhaps as a representative, maybe the previous two directors want to make an offering on behalf of the centre, if that's appropriate, John. Oh, there's some at the back. This, yeah. And so, as former directors John and Owen make those offerings, we can visualize that, you know, we are also making offerings to take. Just yeah.
Ideally, we should have something like an invoice. You can do that later. We just
We'll do ours later. I think just in the interest of time, John.
I need 16 hands here. Could you check? Right, here we go.
So we can think as the katas are being offered, this prayer on page 13.
This prayer on page 13, as the katas are being offered on our behalf. You know, this prayer for His Holiness, may you live showing us a healthy, long life until our samsara ends. May all your holy wishes succeed immediately. Please guide me in all my lives until I achieve your state of full enlightenment, Buddhahood. So we'll go on to page 14, the Song of Immortality. With the tune to 20. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ando je yan ja we gyo to ga je ge ne on jo ye je o gyo jin je na me so nam la da cha do shu ta bu zo de na ya de gom bo de Dedo nam ge robe se joy. Na jo nam la jo la zo be. Ne zo ba wo ga jo zo nam. Da ja du jo ja jo so le. Dan chen go mo den zin ya so. Wo she me she ge ge ra de. Je do na ge ro ba jing ge. Lo je dang ge ta ka. Mi ra ra pe do do nye ko. Den da de zeng yo e do sa shen. Ye che jen den den zong ya so. Da zhan du shu zha so so de na. Gang chen gong bo den zeng ya so. Wo se mi she ge ge ra den che. Je don long ge zhuo ba jing ge long. De da lu me ya ge zhuo nam la. Zhuo zhuo ni ne gu be so du. Mi ne zu mu rab na we. Da da zhuo we gong jie. Na hua lo zan den zin ya so. Song gong mi ji mi gu mi nu ba. Zhou ji yong zhen do jie nin bo. Ga ba ga so yo me da den. Ra ja ga wa gong ge ze pe gu. Nu do zha ba zu we la jan. Ni gu be no bo nin bo jen xie ba ji xin lu ge zhu yu ji. Zo be ga sa nang ke go lu de ga ji du ta ju. Du den ju du gun du ra da we ge ze xi xi ze mo ge ju. Da be mo ji ma du se gu da zo nyu ge sun du ta me. Pa jin ju be ju ba ra ye ne. Wo zong ju ju ya so da zong. Ma jo sa je ge we jin na dan den je lu wa me be den pa na. Da ge la sa da be du du ge. No be nu gu de na. Nyo ru zhu. Okay, so we're on page 20. We can visualize offering. So here's the tea and sweet rice. We have a cake on, in front of His Holiness's image there. So we can visualize offering that as we recite these verses. So we're on page 20. You who have control over Hero Manjushi's speech, with a fine mind and transcendental wisdom, upholding the victorious one's teachings, deep as the ocean, saviour, conquering the three levels of existence, to you, incomparable one, Jampel Ngawang Losang Yeshi Tenzing Gyatso, we make this offering. The qualities of the Buddha are inconceivable. The qualities of the Dharma are inconceivable. The Arya Sangha are inconceivable. Through generating faith in the inconceivable, the karmic ripening result will also be inconceivable. To the pure realm we make this offering. May we and those around us in all our lives never be separated from the three rare sublime ones, continuously make offerings to the three rare sublime ones, and receive the blessings of the three rare sublime ones. Okay, so I guess so we can distribute the offering of the rice. Okay, and I guess for those of you that are in internet land, you can just relax and enjoy any offerings you've got with you, and then and then when we pick it up after a short interlude, once we've distributed everything, we'll pick up on page 42, jump to the dedications. So just a brief interlude. So we organise that. Yeah, I think we're going to distribute the cake.
Oh, we're going to cut the cake. No, we need some cake.
Got to enjoy it once you've offered it. Gonna be hard to put the cake through the. This is where you need to visualise the store. Not plastic though. A store of light. Sorry to find one.
We can just enjoy the cake. Oh well. Well, the blessing was the previous verses. Yeah. Yeah. So if everyone's, you don't need to finish this, but and we can probably carry on. Please, Geshe-la. Yeah. So as yeah, we will pick it up on page 40, but perhaps as you can just enjoy, you can reflect on the kindness of His Holiness. I think I've heard Lama Zopa Rinpoche say a few times the reason the whole, all the centres around, and the reason so many of us have come in contact with the Dharma is because of the kindness of His Holiness. So it's kind of, you know, we've got that direct link, and yeah, it's not not often in the world do you have a model, you know, a living model of someone that's committed to walking the path of compassion and wisdom. And you know, we see that it's not, he's not just there for the Buddhists. He's there as a global representative of those qualities, you know, that really, you know, like Avalokiteshvara, this all-seeing, you know, looking upon all, gazing upon all with love and compassion, not sectarian. So I think there's a lot to be learnt from His Holiness's example. Yeah. Who else? I reflect myself. Who's doing the work of the Buddha? You know, at the view at this time is the scientific materialist view, and His Holiness is there front and center, engaging with the scientists. You know, that's yeah, it's really amazing, just the activities of His Holiness. But yeah.
Actually, as he said in his message, his birthday wishes for us to him is to practice compassion and non-violence. Those are two things that he wants for his birthday. It was a beautiful speech, actually. I don't know if anybody's seen it, that he did today. Yeah, compassion and non-violence.
Everybody's heard the amazing merit that he's come to Australia several times and come to Perth several times. Amazing.
And the amazing retreat in the Blue Mountains for 5 days. The amazing retreat in the Blue Mountains that he gave.
Okay. I just see if there's some time at the yeah, perhaps we can chant Om Mani Padme Hum. I think that's one of His Holiness's requests as well, as I understand it, that people do more of the mantra of Chenrezig. So perhaps for 5 minutes we can chant the mantras, and then we'll get to the dedication verses. So yeah, perhaps Geshe-la, if you could lead the mantra. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Padme Hum. Om Mani 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. So on page 42, the dedication verses. By the force of the victorious one, Tsongkhapa, acting as our direct Mahayana virtuous friend in all our lives, may we never turn away for even a second from the pure path highly admired by the victorious ones. May I and all sentient beings meet the teachings of the victorious one, Jsonkarpa, who lived an eminent life endowed with pure morality, a brave heart in doing the Bodhisattva's extensive deeds, and the yoga of the two stages, the supreme transcendental wisdom of non-dual bliss and emptiness. May I not give rise to heresy for even a second in regard to the actions of the glorious Guru. May I see whatever actions are done as pure. With this devotion may I receive the Guru's blessings in my heart. By the force of the praises and requests made to you, may all diseases, evil spirits, poverty and quarrels be calmed, and may Dharma and good fortune increase in the regions in which I and others dwell. Determined to obtain the greatest possible benefit from all sentient beings who are more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, I shall hold them most dear at all times. Due to this virtue, may I quickly become a Guru Buddha and lead all transmigratory beings without exception to that state. So prayer for the flourishing of Jsonkarpa's teachings. Though he is the father, producer of all conquerors, as a conqueror's son, he produced the thought of upholding the conqueror's Dharma in infinite worlds. Through this truth, may the conqueror Losang teachings flourish. When of yore, in the presence of Buddha Indraketu, he made his vow, the conqueror and his offspring praised his powerful courage. Through this truth, may the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. That the lineage of pure view and conduct might spread, he offered a white crystal rosary to the sage, who gave him a conch and prophesied, through this truth, may the conqueror's Losang teachings flourish. His pure view, free of eternity and destruction, his pure meditation cleansed of dark, fading and fog, his pure conduct practiced according to conqueror's orders, may the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. Learned, since he extensively sought out learning, reverend, rightly applying to himself, good, dedicating all for beings and doctrine, may the conqueror's Losang teachings flourish. Through being sure in scriptures, definitive and interpretive, were without contradiction. Advice for one person's practice, he stopped all misconduct. May the conqueror Losang teachings flourish. Listening to explanations of the three Pitakas, realised teachings, practice of the three trainings. His skilled and accomplished life story is amazing. May the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. Outwardly calmed and subdued by the hearer's conduct, inwardly trusting in the two stages practice, he allied without clash the good paths of Sutra and Tantra. May the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. Combining voidness, explained as the causal vehicle, with the great bliss achieved by method, the effect vehicle, heart essence of 80,000 Dharma bundles, may the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. By the power of the ocean of oath-bound doctrine protectors, like the main guardians of the three beings' paths, the quick-acting Lord Vaishrava Karma Yama, may the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. In short, by the lasting of glorious Gurus' lives, by the earth being full of good, learned, reverend holders of the teaching, and by the increase of power of its patrons, may the conqueror Losang's teachings flourish. So causing the teachings of Buddha to flourish. Homage to the seven hero Buddhas, Vikashin, Shihin, Vishpa, Krakachandra, Kanakamuni, Kashyapa, and Gautama Shakyamuni, the Lord of Lords. Whatever asceticism I have practiced before, and whatever happiness I have sacrificed for the sake of all living beings, may this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. In order to liberate living beings from their poor state, I gave my livelihood for the sake of those sick ones. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. For the sake of attaining enlightenment, I gave away my son, my daughter, my wife, wealth, elephants, carriages, and jewels. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. To the Buddhas, Pratyeka Buddhas, Shravakas, fathers, mothers, and rishis, I have made many offerings. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. For hundreds of millions of eons, I experienced many sufferings, seeking wisdom in order to attain enlightenment. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. I practiced proper conduct of moral discipline and asceticism for a long time, and made offerings to the Buddhas of the 10 directions. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. In the past, with joyful, virtuous effort,
I constantly remained stable and overcame all obstacles in order to liberate all living beings. May this cause my teachings to blaze for a long time. I remained always in the conduct of patience, especially towards those beings of this degenerate time who have very strong delusions and have caused me harm. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. Through the power of my concentration of the subtlest mundane level, and through my countless meditations, like the sands of the river Ganges on the supramundane level, may the teachings blaze for a long time. For the sake of wisdom, of selflessness, in the past I practiced much austerity in the forest and undertook many studies and contemplations on the wisdom of selflessness. May this cause my teachings to blaze. Out of great love, I gave away my flesh, my blood, my whole livelihood and my limbs. Through this, may the way of Dharma flourish. Previously, wanting all cruel beings to have happiness, through my loving kindness, I brought them to the path of the three vehicles. May this cause the supreme practice of giving to increase. In the past, relying on method and wisdom, I liberated beings from distorted views and placed them on the level of the perfect view. May this cause the Dharma to always increase. Through the four methods of collecting heat beings, I liberated them from the fire of delusions, thereby defeating the unwholesome and contaminated which otherwise would have increased. May this cause the followers of my teachings to remain for a long time. I liberated those who have wrong views from the river of distorted views and placed them on the path of the right view. May my followers always be endowed with faith and respect. May this cause the teachings to blaze for a long time. For the Dharma King Tsongkarpa's way of Dharma to flourish, may all signs of obstacles be pacified and all conducive conditions be complete. Due to the two types of merits of the three times of myself and others, may the teachings of the victorious one, Jsonkarpa, shine resplendent forever. Final, the Lumbrim dedication prayer. From my two types of merits, vastest space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom, eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete greater paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings. With the points of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion, in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. Even this greater path to enlightenment completed, but through the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons. May all humans and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may he always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, thank you, everyone. Geshe-la, would you be able to give some short talk about His Holiness? I kind of fumbled my way through something, but I'm sure you could put it more eloquently if you could please.
Sounded very well. Very well. So I think we are very fortunate, yeah, able to come together and celebrate His Holiness 86th birthday. And we pray and hope, and I'm sure through continuously collecting not only merit by engaging in Dharma practices, we will continue to have every year celebration of His Holiness birthday for a long time to come. And what His Holiness sum up in all his teaching his activities very much for individual to be part in creating, more compassionate world, living oneself in the practice of non-violence and compassion. And he's not just saying us to do, even he himself lived in that practice, the living example. So therefore, we just try our best to follow and accordingly, and especially for the members and students who follow especially Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and Rinpoche's main vision is to fulfill His Holiness wishes through the Rinpoche's vast activities, which again facilitate people in different parts of the world, like in Perth, through the Dharma Center, including this marvelous prayer, meaningful prayer to celebrate His Holiness' birthday, like compiled by Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And this alone can take as one great example, such a complete, concise, and most meaningful practice that we can engage without any difficulty. So I think ourselves, in any way, being part of it, I think is very meritorious thing. Yeah. So I think whatever practice we relate to fulfill His Holiness wishes, that will help us to develop our good heart, which is essential for our survival, even in this lifetime. And no question about the spiritual survivor in the long journey all the way up to enlightenment. Without compassion, the Buddhist path doesn't make any sense. So, so therefore, Guru being one of the closest that we can relate in receiving the blessings of the Buddha, and His Holiness himself being compassionate, enlightened Buddha manifesting in Guru's form, and we are following his teaching and his being his student. I think we can regard that we are the most fortunate one that exists in the most fortunate time when His Holiness still guiding us in living Guru form. So rejoice. Thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. We don't expect good weather. We expect very heavy rain. There is an auspicious. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.